So, you've also read or are reading The Realm of the Elderlings, and you're also obsessed and don't know what else to do, and want more of the world, even if you're not reading the books? I gotcha. So, I definitely recommend, if you're still looking for more works within the world of the Realm of the Elderlings to read, besides the required 16 or so texts in the canon, definitely check out these side texts if you can. So, I have read Words Like Coins, The Willful Princess, and The Piebald Prince, as well as The Inheritance. And just based on those ones that I have read, if I were to recommend an order to read them, it would be Words Like Coins, followed by Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince, followed by The Inheritance. I do want to summarize them really quick. So, Words Like Coins is a short story that kind of offers a little bit of insight into a lesser magic and lesser magical species within the Realm of the Elderlings. It is only available either as an ebook, or if you purchase or own the fantasy anthology that she wrote it for, then you can check that out. You can start reading this at any point in the series, but in terms of writing craft, I'd say the best place to read it is either before or during or right after reading the original Farseer trilogy. The next in my recommendation of the works that I have read is definitely The Willful Princess and The Piebald Prince. These are two contained stories that happen sequentially in this book, and I'd say the best place to read this is right before you start the Tawny Man trilogy. It is an optional backstory that provides a little a little bit of lore about the old blood or the wit, and also just a little bit of added history to the Farseer family. And next, The Inheritance. So this one is kind of a mixed bag. The first 75% or so of the book is a collection of short stories written by the author's other author name, Megan Lindholm, that don't necessarily take place in the Realm of the Elderlings. They're hit or miss, they're alright. And then I'd say the last third or so of the book are short stories that also take place in the Realm of the Elderlings. And if I were to go in order, the three stories within there are The Inheritance, which is a short story about a Bingtown trader descendant. Homecoming, which is the story of explorers who first voyaged into the the Rain Wilds, excuse me. And then the last story is Catsmeat, which is about a lone, I think, woman and her family just out in the Six Duchies, and how she is trying to, how do I say it? Like, just keep her family safe, I suppose. I think it takes place in that order. I was about to mention my personal ranking, but that's not what this video is about. If you want to read The Inheritance alongside the canon works, I think the best place to read this would be any time after you finish the Live Ship Traders trilogy. I thought this was a good text to kind of bounce back and forth between reading the Rainwild Chronicles and then just bouncing into here. But yeah, that would be the best place to read this. I learned very recently that there are, I think, 2 other texts that specifically take place in the world of the Realm of the Elderlings, and if I remember correctly, there's one story called Her Father's Sword, which also is a short story that Robin Hobb wrote for a author anthology. I have that coming into my home on Friday, so I'll read that, check it out. Apparently Fitz is a character in that story, but is not the main focus of that story. The other short story that I have coming to my home soon is a short story called Blue Boots, which is in another short story anthology that Robin Hobb wrote for. I'm not really sure what the premise of that short story is, so thoughts to come later as far as the best place that I think you should read those stories if you want to read them alongside the other canon works. This next bit is specifically for those of you who have, just like me, just finished or have finished the entirety of the series already, and you just want to go back to the series. Like you kind of want to do a reread, but maybe you don't have time, or you want to you just that's a big commitment. I'm going to recommend the podcast Is Fitz Happy? Now, granted, I'm only on episode 2, but I love it so far. It's for those of us who want to have like a chapter by chapter review. There are 2 hosts on this podcast, and they talk about a lot of the hints that Robin Hobb drops and the way that the prose is written and how that kind of alludes to events later, or it's just really such chosen words to describe what secret magical things are at play, even as early as chapter 1. So I highly recommend that. Of course, proceed at your own warning, because it really is only for those who have finished the entire series. So spoiler warning, proceed at your own proceed at your own risk. I have been part of the Realm of the Elderlings Discord, just reading and doing like live reactions to it. They do have sections in the Discord where you can kind of just post your reactions and all spoilers are tagged. And I just thought that was really fun. The mods of that Discord are wonderfully warm people. And also, if you have any certain like content warnings that you want to be aware of, they're a really good community to kind of tell you where certain content is in case you want to avoid that. It's also just a great place to discuss feelings, theories. You can also go to the Realm of the Elderlings Reddit, of course, to look at some really fun theories. Please join the discussion, please. I also forgot to mention, on the topic of supplemental texts that are also written by Robin Hobb, there is a trilogy also written under her name called The Soldier's Son trilogy, I think. And I don't think it takes place in the world of the Realm of the Elderlings, but if you just want everything Robin Hobb, I do advise checking that out. I know that I certainly will sometime soon. There's also, speaking of which, since I mentioned that she had another author name prior to writing under the name Robin Hobb, she has a variety of works written under Megan Lindholm. I think I was most interested in The Reindeer People and Wolf's Brother, which is a duology. So if you just want more of the author's work, that's definitely something I recommend as well. I can't speak to the quality of them just because I haven't read them, but hey, these are options that I just want to talk about. I think those are all my ideas of just extra credit things to do if you want more Robin Hobb. If you have any other ideas, feel free to let me know. Thanks, bye.